conquest of Ophir was never meant to be gentle. The Hispanian Holy Empire did not arrive merely to rule, but to reshape, to strip away the ancient ways of the island peoples, their gods, their rituals, their understanding of the world, and replace them with a singular truth. One true God, one church, one order of existence. They called this process culture reforming, a sanctified re-engineering of a civilization itself, where belief, language, and identity were bent toward the image of the empire's divine authority. But Ophir was not empty land. It was ancient, watching, and it did not forget. Instead of vanishing, the old ways seeped inward, into prayer, into ritual, into the very structure of the church imposed upon them. What was meant to be erased became embedded, and over time, it began to change what had come to dominate it. Far across the sea, to the holy seat, within the eternal city of Roma, the Pontiff Argosaxis, the current mortal avatar of the one true God, felt it. A distortion magnified from the many identities that once held the privilege of pontiff, but now adorn the tapestry that holds the ceiling and drapes over Argosax's frail shape. It is not heresy, but mutation. The faith in Ophir was no longer pure. It was becoming something else. The empire failed to understand one truth. Ophir was never one people. It was an archipelago of kingdoms, bound not by rule but by shared memory, and a living relationship with their gods. Nowhere did this resistance take a darker form than on the island of Ibabao. There, the church did not collapse. It evolved. The monsoon rains, the endless floods, became sacred instruments. The deluge was no longer disaster. It was the voice of the one true God, and to hear him, sacrifices were made. Entire plazas were drowned deliberately, turned into hecatombs. Vast offerings of flesh and faith. The dead were not buried. They were given, bound in ribbons of iron chain. And from these offerings, one such faithful searched for signs of a different hope, for one chosen among the drowned. The congregation of the Luces Cegadora, an order of veiled sisters, embodied this task as their life's meaning. They did not question the waters. They listened. And when they found him, they carried him back, through dense jungle and forgotten ruin, to their protected convent, to their Madre Superiora. Within the garden of sorrows and prayers, hidden from the world, lay something far older than the church itself. A relic of Ophir's first creation, the hands of Bathala, the god who once shaped life. Eons before the empire ever arrived, the sisters had remade this relic through the manipulation of some otherworldly mind, not as it once was, but as something new. A work of art the sisters couldn't recall making once the muse had left them. An analog machine that was both a mystery and transparent to them. One that could call upon the visual sound of divine creation, again and again and again, each time, however, failing. Until now, the drowned man, unknown, unclaimed, was placed within the sacred hands. The ritual began, the light emanated, and instead of returning death, it produced something else. His body was undone, reduced to radiant memory, to radiant essence, to radiant will, and forged anew as the pneuma of a carapace of sacred purpose. A living sacrament, neither man, nor saint, nor construct, something in between. The Madre Superiora gave him a name, Freedman. He was not freed from death, but from identity. An errant knight without past, a will without doubt, to be sent into a fractured world, to purge the monstrous remnants of both faiths, the elemental and the grotesque, and in doing so, fulfill the congregation's mission, prepare Ophir for the parousia, the next coming of the Messias.